so now we finished the special world. After you go through Star Road, it's not going to do it on the practice ROM, but normally in SMW, it switches to like Halloween themed, and then the rest of the game will have kind of Halloween themed costumes and stuff. It does affect how the Koopas work, which is why we did a couple levels a certain way before. But just know that everything's going to look different. Don't be surprised. Now we're going to clean up the levels we skipped on our way to Star World last time. Starting with Yoshi's Island 1. So if you just run forward here and spin, this Koopa hits you like 99% of the time. So what a lot of people do is they do a left-right at the start. But as you'll notice, like, I'm kind of bad at doing that, and I still mess it up from time to time. So I started doing a duck at the beginning. Just start walking, duck. Duck, come to like, maybe not a full stop, but pretty close to a full stop. And you're fairly safe. Just don't duck and slide. You want to actually stall. After that, the reason you want to kill this guy instead of just jumping over him, if you jump over him, you can't get P-Speed before collecting this coin. So now you have to jump to get that coin. And now we're doing a lot of time without flying. Now we have to get past this guy, so it's just easier to duck, get P-Speed, fly up into that coin. You want to cape low so that we can collect that coin. And then we want to get into here. You can just land and spin like I just did. Or if you fly into that piranha plant, it'll send you into a spin and you can get in that way. Sometimes, depending on how fast you're flying, it doesn't quite work. But it's pretty much always worth going for. Just be careful not to like keep holding left after you hit him. Otherwise that happens. Or something like this will happen. And then it was all for naught. So worth going for. Just know that it's not always going to work. Here we want to get P-Speed. We're going to take advantage of the fact that you can do double jumps like that. And we're going to do that to thread the needle, hit the center, collect this coin, and then hop back out. You pretty much want to jump like right here. You see where Mario's head like meets this background vertical tile? If you jump right there, it's pretty consistent. But this is one I always have a hard time remembering my cue for. So I kind of just go by feel. But that is a good visual cue if you need one. After this, coming out of the pipe, I don't press anything. You'll notice in the top left, I think this is the first time we've been shot out of a cannon in the run. So we talked about the speeds in the top left before. When you're running, you go between those high 40s numbers. When you fly, you max out at 51. Coming out of a pipe, you're at Mario's max speed. He's at 64. Oh no, we did talk about this in we talked about this back in World 2 for Donut Plains 4. So since if you hold forward, come out of this cannon, you just lose speed. Like, it just plummets. So, yeah, you're right. So, I wait until you land, and then I start running after Mario lands, since his momentum's going to go down anyway. And then doing this, you get P-Speed right after this point of advice box. Oh, you can hold an extra item in the top of the screen. I didn't know that. So once you get past the speaker box, you can spin up to here to collect that coin, spin up to here to collect that moon, and then now we're going to cape basically to the end. stay low so that you can go underneath that guy, get the coin. I kind of flew through this ending bit, but it's all pretty basic stuff we've done already. Oop. Crap. It's all just timing. However you want to time it. 14? Yeah. Ideally, you don't get hit by that piranha plant, but it happens. So that moon is a big reason why we don't do Yoshi's Island one early. 96 exit doesn't either, just because it makes more sense to do it this way. Like, you have to come back to World 1 through Star World, so you might as well collect these on a second pass. But it all just works out. This is a Switch Palace, there's nothing to it. When the timer gets to 195, that's when you want to jump. So it starts at 200. 195, jump. We'll maintain flight through the pipe, and just fly to the switch. If you have more questions on Switch stuff, I covered most of those. I covered most of the questions when we did Red Switch Palace in World 3. So that's pretty normal. This time through Donut Plains 1, we have to collect the coins. I usually just run straight, kill this guy, do a couple of jumps, and then get that coin. Afterward, jump up here, do 2 capes, wait until... Yes, we covered Yump. Oops. Oh, doggo. Wait until this... Wait until the screen scrolls so that there's only 2 clouds left. And then you're going to want to dive bomb. Sorry, I got distracted by a dog outside my door. Oh, frick, I'm doing spin jumps. So, 2 capes, hold back, dive bomb, and you'll be right there for the coin. Next, you're just going to want to cape a little bit above screen, not too high. Enough that you can still see Mario's belly. Collect a coin, fall immediately to collect that coin. Kill this guy, get P-Speed, jump, and do a flight to the end. So, everything together looks a little bit like this. This is one that's not too hard, but it looks more intimidating than it is. A lot can go wrong, for sure. But as long as you're careful and practice, you should be able to get it pretty easy. So the reason you don't want to cape too high is that you might hit this. So don't cape too high. Next up is Donut Plains 2. The longest level in the game. I really don't have a whole lot to say about this level until the second part. If you're playing North American version, you'll have this one-up block, or this mushroom block here. If you're playing in Japanese, that mushroom block doesn't exist. Here, just do whatever. You're just killing time. The odds of you missing the coin in this stage is extremely slim. Just keep your eyes open. But your first time through, you're not going to collect coins. Your first time through, you actually need to get the secret exit. So kill those bats, run against the left side here, run back and forth until you can get P-Speed. Fly, do that, I don't know what to describe it, like that back and forth motion. Down here, keep doing the back and forth. And then fly up to this. Jump immediately, you'll be able to cape over to this platform. Get P-speed again and fly up into the gap. That's your fastest way to the secret exit. Green Switch Palace. It's going to look like every other Switch Palace we've done. 195, jump. Why am I better at this in the tutorial? We just did a run where I couldn't do that. For some reason, I'm better in the tutorial. So, on your second time through, we're pretending that we did all the first part again. Because it's the exact same. There's no difference. Your second time through, you're just going to keep going. Do not go in the pipe. If you go in the pipe, you're not going to be able to collect all the coins. When I say this level's the longest level in the run, I mean it's literally longer than the Bowser fight. It is the longest level. I think Bowser fight plus backdoor is something like 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Maybe a little bit more. This level's like 2 minutes, 30 seconds. See, look how easy that is. Oh! Listen, it's not swag unless there's a little bit of danger. Make sure to get to the right of the screen so that you get into this pipe immediately. And then we're moving on. Ghost house. So, first thing, there's a couple of strats to get this first exit. The safest and easiest one is run to this second coin. Second coin. Turn around, fly up. That works, like, almost every time. I don't know if this ever fails. This is, like, the perfect, easiest strat. There's a faster strat if you go left at the start and spin to get up that way. That's what I typically do. Or at least that's what I typically go for. The only downside is, if you're too late, you won't make it. And if you're too early, you just jump and look like a dingus. So it's really, it's much finickier than the other strat, but it is faster. No, the actual worst thing you could do is miss a coin in Sunken Ghost Ship. So pick your poison. This one's the easier of the two. Miss the door because doors are hard. And then this takes you to the exit that gives you top secret. If you want, you can do this level way earlier to unlock top secret. Like, after we do secret 1, you can just do top secret and then you have it. In case you need to pick up, you know, fire flower, cape. Like, it's obviously going to take a long time to go back here to get those, but it's free. If you're really early on and it's more about finishing the run than saving a couple seconds, then go for it. So this level normally has this elaborate puzzle where you go through doors. There's P-switches. There's all this stuff. You have to get down there. We have Cape. Cape doesn't care about your rules. Just run to the bottom step, turn around, spin fly up to the door, and we're out of there. Whoop. So we're back in Vanilla Dome for a little bit. Whoops. Like before, go left and then right so that you're guaranteed to get P-speed. I jump on that. Back goes. I like to jump and hit this block. It just lines things up really well. And if you just do a full jump there. Let me see. Jump. Boom. Jump. You'll wind up basically right here. We have to pick up this fire flower for Ludwigs Castle coming up. So collect that and just use the stairs to get up to the secret exit. Vanilla secret. So the fastest way to do this is something like this. Whoops, I goofed it up, but there we are. Something like that. The actual fastest is if I can get... Yeah, okay. Okay. So, this is the actual fastest way to do this. Grab the shell, get through here, kill that guy. A 2375. But that's really hard to do, especially with consistency. I wish I could remember. I was practicing this and someone in chat had recommended doing this instead, and I really sad I forgot who it was. But if you just do a single pump, it makes everything else just kind of fall into place really well. So, single pump, grab the guy, and then it's a little bit slower, but it's way, way more consistent. And then honestly, I've stopped going for the shell at all lately, just because the shell kind of... It's late in the run. I get hit by the shell sometimes. I don't like messing with it, so I'll just skip it entirely. I'm taking probably about a half a second time loss by doing that, but I'll take it over risking getting hit, you know? But those are the strats for the secret exit. For the normal exit, again, we're going to tap and then hold. Grab that coin. Grab this guy. Make sure you hug the right wall so that you can get P-speed to fly up that way. Here, I'm not sure when the Koopas start to go. In theory, I think they might already be going. But we want to jump to that platform, jump to the next platform, and then jump directly to the spring. That way, when they spawn, they're going to spawn in just the right location so we can get through. P-speed. I do a left-right here so that doing these jumps lines up well. Stall for a second, and then hold right to just smoothly get up to the top. There's a lot to this level, but everything together looks something like this. And that's pretty much it. So I've seen Mario does a strat at the end. That I don't go for because whoops. okay. Yeah, if that's important. So if you're doing this strat, make sure you don't frame perfect jump. Like that. If you frame perfect jump, the screen won't scroll. God, I can't do it again now. So that time it was not. I'm always too early. Now I can't ever do it. There. See how the screen didn't scroll? Don't do that. Do your best to... It's one of those times where you kind of have to go a little bit slow to go fast. If you go too fast, then the things won't line up right. And you'll get smoked. Let's pretend we got that coin. Alright, so you, Mario, would do this. Ah, can't do it. But there, you actually can do this. So it's definitely possible. Given the low amount of time it saves, if any at all, I almost feel like it's more swag than anything. But it is possible. And worth showing off. Or maybe it wasn't you, Mario. Maybe it was Louie. I think it was you, Mario, though. Alright. This level, run, spin jump to get the coin up top here. Make sure to land, because you're going to want to tap, and then tap when you see the coin again. Your positioning in this level is really important. So get up to the clouds, tap, tap when you see the coin. Well, make sure to collect the coin as well. Tap. God, I'm tapping too late. Don't hit Yoshi, it wastes time. There we go. And then when you get to this flat ground, spin at basically the center of it. It's important that we keep holding forward the entire time. And it's also important that you don't get hit. As long as we hold it forward the entire time, we have a really good chance of not getting hit. But if you spin jump like that, you'll collect those first 3 coins. Really, really easy. So first coin, second, and then this just puts you in perfect position for the third. For the 4th coin, we want to fly through the midway, and that will just line us up perfectly with it. Fly again, we're going to come to a pipe. In here, so I used to do a strat where I would grab and do this. In my mind, it seemed faster. But in all my practice... Let me see. Let's just see what we get. That was a 740. In all my practice, this ended up being faster for me. 743. I guess it's probably really close. $738. So I think it's actually faster to hit the P switch. And then just fly to the end. The cannon will take you right to the end, basically. Secret of 3 is the dolphin level. The start's a little bit weird. I like to do tap, 2 taps. And if you do it smart, you'll get in front of this last. Your goal is to get in front of this last dolphin. So you can collect that coin really easy. Collect this one. We're going to want to land as far left as possible here. And then jump maybe about 1/3 of the way through so that we collect that coin. And then now we can just cape to the end. Dolphin level's not too hard. Things can go wrong with it. But, whoops. The only really easy part to mess up is the beginning. After that, you're kind of free. Just make sure not to jump too late here. If you jump too late here, you'll miss the coin. And then now you gotta go around. And everything's sad. And you don't want to make everything sad. Vanilla Fortress is an underwater fortress. Not a whole lot to it. Just stick to the plan. Hold down, hold forward. Use A and B to go up and down.
I don't understand emotions. I'm a protagonist.
Here I usually go up towards the top to bait that guy out. It was not the dolphin one, unfortunately. Take out Resner. Is this our first Resner? It is. So I should explain the Resner fight. So typically for the Resners, what I do, come in, jump immediately to try and bait the fireballs high. If you just run in, then a lot of times the fireballs will get in your way. So jump to bait the fireballs high. Clear that one. Kill, kill. This is weird. Like, I don't know how to explain this one. Just make sure to jump at the start. Make sure to duck to kill that one. And make sure to kill that one before you get to the side. If you don't duck, it'll still work, but ducking is just easier. If you take too long here, I don't think that one will hit you. Yeah. Resners aren't too bad. That's the quickest method. If for whatever reason you're like, man, this just isn't working, you can always just take it the old school way. But if you do this, just make sure to land on the platform at the end. But this is the fastest method. I feel like my Resner explanation's like one of my worst explanations. I feel that one's just one that takes practice, I think. Barter Bridge 2, our other really long auto-scroller. Much like Donut Plains 2, or no, this is Butter Bridge 1, sorry. Much like Donut Plains 2, though. Just kind of do whatever. It's pretty hard to miss coins unless you're messing around too much. Figure out your favorite set of swag and go for that. I guess there's one coin you have to be a little bit careful about, which is the next one. So the fourth coin, make sure to stand on the left one here and go all the way down. And then just collect that coin as you spin into this Koopa. If you lose your cape in Resner to Resner, you can get a backup cape here. So if something goes wrong, Resner hits you, or you get hit by the Thwomp or the fish bones or whatever, there is a backup cape here. Just make sure not to lose the fire flower, because there's no backup fire flowers. There is a strat at the end to maintain flight through this last pipe to save a little bit of time. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think even the 96 exit world record does it. So it is a small time save. You can go for it if you'd like, but almost nobody does it. Bridge 2 is actually one of my favorite levels. Run right and spin with the other run button. So hold Y, mash X, fly up, collect this, do 2 taps, and then I'll put you in perfect position to grab that coin. Fly. I usually stall right at that cloud. Fly up. You want to land. Ooh. Alright. A lot happens at once in this level. So 2 A taps. You see that cloud? I'm going to fall right to where the cloud is. Didn't want to do that. Fall to the cloud, collect the coin. Where's my R button, dude? Why does the R button just not work sometimes? My R button is betraying me. There we go. Alright. After you land, fly up again. I try and avoid hitting this midway, because if you die without collecting all the coins, you're in real trouble. So try to avoid hitting the midway so that you can just start from the beginning if you die. We have to cape up. I usually wait until this platform's out of view before I let go. Let go. Land here. We're going to want to spin and then land in this pipe. Something like that. We're trying to maintain flight through this pipe. And when you come out, try and hold forward so you get some forward momentum, but make sure to cape back. Cape to collect that coin. If you do it really well, you can actually cape right into the pipe and never land, which is pretty cool. I usually try and time it, and I just like tap forward and then tap back after coming out of the pipe. Ooh. Yeah, something like that. So that's doable. If you don't want to do the strat, it's really hard. And it's just not clicking with you. You can just land. Make sure to jump and land so that you see how... So this is me holding up at the top. You can actually hold it higher if you jump and keep holding up like that. Do that if you're not doing the other strat. And then when you get to that coin, the middle coin right here, just do a full jump. So I'm going to wait for that middle coin, jump, and that'll put me right at the coin. And then jump the rest of the way. But the fastest would be to keep cape through here. The ending, get P speed, jump so that you collect both of those coins, dive bomb. I gotta jump too early, so I'm worried about that Koopa. Dive bomb. Man, that Koopa's like super in the way. There it is. All right. So, err on the side of jumping late. Dive bomb. Boom. Pull up after you collect the coin. And then you're good to go. But yeah, err on the side of jumping late. Maybe only collect the right coin. I pulled up too soon. And then everything together. This is a pretty complicated level, so everything together looks something like this. Double A tap. Oh. Sometimes you get the staircase. Other times you take damage like that. Either way, you shouldn't end up taking damage. Just keep your cool. Alright, Ludwigs Castle is kind of a pain. I just do normal jumps to kill both of those. Spin jump and then normal jump to get through there. So I'm using dive bombs to kill these enemies. And this next room sucks. I'll show you what I do, and then I'll show you some alternates. Here's what I've been doing lately. Duck jumps, so I don't fly up high. And then cape the rest of the way. That's what I've been doing lately. It feels the most consistent to me. You just have to be very careful to cape low. If you cape too high, you're going to hit the fireballs. Which is not the end of the world. You can recover if that happens. If you cape too high. But if you're not expecting it, it can throw you way off. So right there. Recovered because I was prepared for it. I believe the fastest method is this. That wasn't it. There we go. Runs into a similar problem where you have to cape low, but that is the fastest method. Another easy method that some folks do is a screen scroll. So you screen scroll and do a similar strat to what we just did. What's nice about the screen scroll is it gives you more room to fly under the fireballs. So if your main issue is that you can't get those fireballs to work out, this is something worth trying. I stopped doing it eventually because I was getting hit by this fireball a lot. But it does make the last 4 very easy. But I just do duck jumps and a flight at the end. And this hallway is pretty long, so it's a good opportunity to try and get fast fly. This last section, it's a nightmare. All right. This is what I do. 3 jumps. Yeah, I was going to say, okay. So 1 jump, jump up to this platform, then 3 jumps. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm holding up while doing those jumps. So instead of getting that, instead of getting a big jump like that, I get that. Like a short jump. So 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Switch, and then you're in the door. I'll admit, this is a level that I'm really bad at. I've never been able to really replicate people's really fast times on this. And this guy just loves to be out of position. I actually stall and wait to see what he's doing, because anytime I try and guess where he's going to be, I'm always wrong. Like, I expected him to be on the right, but he's on the left. Why was he on the left? I don't know. So I just wait. See, that time he's on the right. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'll just take the small time loss. Just like before, 2 fireballs and jump on him for a kill. And now you've cleaned up World 1, 2, and 3. All that's left is Forest of Illusion, Chocolate Island, and Valley of Bowser.